Many individuals collect or stack silver or gold coins and bullion for a variety of reasons. Silver, similar to gold, is considered real money and it holds intrinsic value. Silver is relatively affordable compared to gold, and with growing demand, scarcity may also become a concern. If you need a good reason to own gold, well, you're living through it today. Now, in today's video, I'm going to discuss the topic of storing your silver and gold at home. Should you do it? How to do it? And a lot of tips on how to do it coming right up. Hey, and welcome back, everybody. All right, if you're here, you probably already own silver or gold, but maybe you're seeking new information or a confirmation on how to handle your stack or your coin collection. If you were thinking about buying physical silver or gold and storing it at home, and this is really your first time, then this video is definitely for you. And lastly, this video applies to both coin collectors as well as stackers, so let's get started. All right, stacking in the context of silver or gold refers to the accumulation of silver or gold assets such as bars, coins, and rounds. People engage in silver or gold stacking for many various reasons that include doing it for fun, as a means to save wealth, as a hedge against the dollar, or perhaps as an investment against economic downturn. Most likely, it's a combination of many reasons. All right, my personal reason for beginning to stack was first security. I felt that I need to have something close, some savings that I could reach and keep it out of the hands of the government. Now, remember the following advice. For beginners, it's important to create a budget. It's important to purchase from reputable dealers and also enjoy the process while avoiding impulsive spending. We call that FOMO, or buying from suspicious sources. Now, once you start, it is crucial to think about storing and caring for the stack that you've begun to accumulate or that new coin collection. Now, this brings me to rule number one, and that is, if you don't hold it, you don't really own it. That's right. If you're thinking about getting into gold and silver, buy physical. Otherwise, you're kind of just wasting time. Now, what I'm about to say is based on biased information, but it comes from experience. It is perfectly fine to keep your silver and gold at home. It's a good idea, in my opinion, to have immediate access to a portion of your wealth at home or in an easily accessible location for emergencies such as bank closures, power outages, natural disasters, or who knows what. Many of you probably own a safe, and I'm going to assume that most of you who do keep your stack or parts of your stack in that safe, and that's a great idea. But just as important as locking your gold or silver up, whether it's a stack or a collection, is rule number two, which is just don't talk about it, okay? Keep your precious metals private and avoid sharing too much information on social media or with your friends or coworkers, really just anybody, okay? Remember the old expression that loose lips sink ships, and the more people that you tell and expose to the fact that you're keeping valuables at home, well, that does put those valuables and really your own personal safety in a little bit more jeopardy. All right, that's rule number two, so keep quiet about it. And yes, I know I'm here right now on social media blabbing about the stuff and showing it on camera. Just remember, I'm not as smart as you. Okay, let's talk about silver and tarnish or toning in particular. First, tarnish doesn't damage silver, but it does dull its shine, and often people choose what type of silver coin or bar to buy based on its appearance. And proper storage is important, especially for your numismatic coins or your higher premium older collectible coins, as tarnishing can really reduce their resale value, which I'm assuming is important to you. The same applies to your bullion silver. Tarnished, discolored, or toned silver coins like silver eagles are commonly bought and sold as off-quality silver coins. Now, usually you'll get less money when you sell off-quality silver coins, but on the bright side, you can also buy them at a better price. Rule number three for storing your precious metals at home is to store your silver and your gold in a cool and dry place. All right, this is especially important for silver. Silver tarnishes when it is exposed to moisture in the air, and the main cause of tarnishing is sulfur, which reacts with silver to create a black tarnish. Now, sulfur is present in our environment and can be found in all sorts of products that range from soaps and cleaners to perfumes and even certain types of food. So that brings me to my next rule, rule number four. Try not to handle your silver with your bare hands, and it's not quite as important with gold, but we'll get to that. Now, unless, of course, you want to speed up the tarnishing process. If that's what you want to do, then definitely touch it as much as you want. But when handling silver, It's best to avoid touching it with your bare hands. However, if you choose to do so, try to touch just the edge of the coin. All right. I personally like these black nitrile gloves that I'm wearing as they offer protection and really aren't too expensive. And they do give you a lot better dexterity than using a soft cotton glove. Soft cotton gloves are just fine, but I've dropped coins with them, and the cotton can get caught up in the reeded edge of a coin. Working over a soft cloth-covered surface can also prevent damage, especially if you drop a coin. I use a mat that gives some impact protection when organizing my stack, and if I accidentally drop a silver coin in the process, it does give a little hope that I'll keep that coin ding-free. Also, be cautious when moving your coins or your bullion around. That is, be cautious of having an accident where you may send it flying or it drops. In general, like most sensitive items, take good care of it and avoid distractions when you're handling or moving your precious metals. All right, let's get to rule number 5, which is going to be my final rule, but we do have some other tips to share with you. Rule number 5 is to store your coins in a container and to avoid certain types of containers, okay? Consider keeping your coins in their original coin tubes whenever you can, especially when stacking. Now, if you're collecting, you probably want to have more access to your silver. You want to look at it, you want to lay it out on the desk, stuff like that. And this does apply to bullion, I guess, as well, but it does make it a little more expensive to stack. And that is using a coin capsule, okay? You can even use them for silver bars. But for most silver bars, I would just consider using a pelican case or perhaps some vacuum seal containers, something like that. Pelican cases are also terrific for grabbing on the go, such as during a fire or other emergency where maybe you've got to grab and go just about as fast as you can. Okay, when storing silver coins, here's some tips. Avoid regular plastic bags or vinyl as they can damage the coins. Instead, consider using something as simple as a wooden box. That's right, you could line the wooden box. There's plenty of options out there, anti-tarnish cloths and such that you could lay down, and you can simply stack your silver in a wooden box. Now, this isn't the best form of protection, but there's other options out there. Now, I use old cigar boxes as they stack nicely. You can just toss a few silica packets in. Mylar bags also have a low oxygen transmission rate. They provide pretty good protection and are durable. You could consider using Mylar bags, especially in humid environments, and definitely add silica gel to remove moisture inside of your safe or box, however you're storing it. Here are some considerations for using wooden boxes, okay? First, they're cost effective. You can simply line them with anti-tarnish clothing, as I mentioned, for a soft surface. Secondly, they're inconspicuous, all right? You can literally hide them in plain sight. And third, they are pretty suitable for low humidity areas. I wouldn't really use them in higher humidity areas like here in Florida. Here are some other considerations for using a safe at home, okay? Because a lot of you have safes. Now, depending on the type of safe you own, you may be able to insure your stack or collection. A safe can also keep your metals safe from thieving hands and natural disasters, especially if it's bolted down. Now, when choosing a safe, be sure to consider the type of metal. When I say that, not just the metal of the safe, but the type of metal that you're going to be storing within that safe, okay? To break that down further, consider using a larger safe if you plan to stack a lot of silver bullion. Silver is about 85 times less valuable than gold today. That's on a per ounce basis, and silver does consume quite a bit more space. You'd be surprised how small the space gold does consume, namely for how valuable it is. Okay, consider theft. And when doing that, you have to look at the theft rating. You also need to consider the possibility of a fire. So when doing so, consider the fire rating. How long will that safe protect what's inside? And also, you want to think about how heavy the safe is and where you're going to place it. If you're going to take it upstairs, weight is going to be a factor, and the heavier, usually the better. Now, I recommend a heavy TL15 or TL30 rated safe. Another old expression that pertains to a safe is to buy once and cry once, right? So just plan it out. Make sure it's the right safe the first time. That way you don't have to make that second purchase. Now, once you begin to accumulate a significant amount of wealth and tangible assets like gold, silver, or platinum, trust me, you're going to be happy that you did it this way. All right, let's recap. First, if you want to own gold or silver, you truly only own it if you physically hold it. That's why we're talking about how to keep it safe at home and how to store it. Secondly, Be cautious about discussing the storage of valuable items at home. All right? If you're out there talking about it all the time, you may put a target on your back. Prioritize your safety and the security of your hard-earned assets. Okay? It doesn't matter how awesome your safe is. If you're gone for days on end and the whole neighborhood knows it's there, it's at risk, okay? Now, third, store your metals in a cool, dry, and preferably a dark place, okay? Generally speaking, a dark, dry, and cool environment is an ideal place to store silver in particular. Use silica gel or other moisture-absorbing methods for silver storage. Trust me, it works, and it's cheap. And if all else fails, wrap your metal in tarnish-free cloth, but remember, cool and dry. All right, fourth, when handling your silver, try not to use your bare hands. I know some of you use your bare hands. It's your silver. Do with it what you want, okay? These are my recommendations. I personally am here on YouTube. I'm handling silver. I'm handling gold. That puts it at risk, right, of more tarnish, more drops. So for gold, obviously, this is less important. But remember that gold is a lot more soft than silver, and a single drop, especially of a 24-karat gold coin like a maple leaf or a buffalo, you're really going to ding that coin. Now consider keeping them in coin capsules as another option for handling. It does give a little added protection for drops. And finally, number 5, keeping your coins in their original mint tubes or aftermarket tubes is a great way to keep them free from exposure to the air, out of the sunlight, and also safe from drops. That's my tips. That's my advice. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video and maybe even learned something in the process. Now that you've considered how to store, handle, and protect your silver and gold, it's time to start purchasing or adding to your collection. All right, that's going to end it for today, guys. Take good care, my friends, and have a nice day.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel.